Welcome everyone, my name is Nicole and today we have a 30-minute full body yoga class. So whenever you are ready, we will begin laying down. So make your way on down and find a little place of comfort here. And we're going to come into Shavasana. So extend the legs out and the feet roll out. And then gently roll one shoulder under and then the other. Just a little more stability. And then from here, take a deep breath in through your nose. And out. Breathing in. And out. Picking up our Ujjayi breath, which is a slight constriction at the back of the throat on the inhale, and on the exhale, creating an ocean-like sound or Darth Vader-like sound. And then as you breathe this way, it massages your vagus nerve, warms the body, just creates relaxation as well as something to come back to. Always be coming back to that sound when you find that your mind starts to wander or judgments crop up. Just breathe. If you like to set an intention for the class, go ahead, and maybe one word pops into your mind, something positive that you would like to see more of in your life. And then inhale your knees in and rest your hands on your knees, hugging them in as tight into your torso as they'll go. And then on the exhale, press your knees away, straighten your arms. Pull the knees in. Exhale, press away. Just continue moving gently like this. Inhaling, drawing the knees in, and exhale, pressing them away. Just a few more rounds. And then drop the feet down. Extend your left leg along the earth. Hook your right toes in your knee crease. Left hand to your knee here. I'm just going to gently draw your right knee across your body. Just twist. Maybe reach to the right, look to the right. And breathe here, deep belly breaths. And then inhale back to center. Re-straighten and extend your right leg along the earth now. Hook your toes and your right knee crease and draw your right knee across and extend that left hand out. Maybe look to the left. Breathing. And then back to center. And place your feet about as wide as the mat. And go ahead and cactus your arms. And just let your knees fall off one way, up, and then the other way. Windshield wiper back and forth. And then back to center. Hug your knees in. Give them a little squeeze. Maybe roll around on your low back. If you don't like rolling around, just focus on pressing and releasing your whole low back into the earth. And then go ahead and come out, and we're gonna meet on all fours. So roll on over and come on up. Oh yeah? Okay. You don't say. Okay. It's Bomani. Alright, so we're gonna have our wrists under our shoulders, knees are under our hips, our joints are stacking. Firmly claw at the mat, and your fingertips are just, really active hands. And let us cat-cow here and begin to warm up the spine. So pressing down through the hands, begin to tilt your tailbone to the sky and spread your collarbones bright. Or cow, breathing in and out. And then coming into cat, we're gonna pull up through the navel, rounding through the back of the heart, dropping the head. Still pressing down firmly with the hands. And then go ahead and move back and forth at your own pace, with your own breath. Making it feel nice. Doing any inspired movements that you'd like. Maybe you wanna move around more. Or, you can add your own flavor. Don't be shy. And we're gonna prepare for a little twist here. So right hand opens up, the heart opens up, trying to keep the pelvis squared. And then we thread through, dropping our right shoulder or head, using the left hand as a kickstand, core engaged, rolling open through the heart, chest area. Breathing. And then go ahead and come on out. Check it out. and we will switch sides. So left hand to the sky, twisting open and threading through. Dropping the shoulder, the head, rolling open through, rolling that right shoulder back, chest open, core engaged. And then come on out. Shake it out once more. Now we're going to prepare for our down dog. So for down dog, our entry will be to lift the knees. Start to shift your weight, hips back towards your heels, almost straightening your arms. And then lift your hips high. Drop your head, hands pressing down really strongly. And the knees can stay bent. Just focus on keeping that booty high. Breathing. Inhale your left leg to the sky, really extending out through your toes. And come up on the ball of the back foot, knee into navel, step through, and turn your toes out. So experiment with where, so you may want to have a little more space between your legs, so you're not on one track, but you're on two. So adjust. And then engage. Inhale the arms up overhead. And with strong legs, we're gonna begin to come forward off our mat a little to the right with sort of like down dog arms. You could cup the hands, pressing into the earth, lifting your hips, breathing. Want the legs engaged so much that you could lift off. And then come back into warrior one. Come down over your front foot. Step back into plank. Take a breath at the top. Exhale, lower, elbows in all the way. Roll the shoulders. Baby cobra, no arms. To plank. To downward dog. Take a few breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, right leg high. And step it through between your hands. Turn the back toes out. Inhale, warrior one. Front thigh rolling open so you can see your big toe. And then we're going to shift forward and then bring our hands off to the left here. Downward dog arms. Really lifting those hips. Breathing. And then coming back to warrior one. And then exhaling over your front foot. Down to chaturanga. Elbows in, shoulders lifted. Upward dog. Everything, knees lift. Hands press down firmly. Collarbones bright. And then pressing back in a downward dog. Takes a little more breaths here, hips high. You always rest in child's pose. And then extend your left leg to the sky once more. And step it through between your hands. And then pivot the toes to the long edge of your mat. May need blocks here to stay a little more lifted. Otherwise, inhale, halfway lift, look up. And exhale, fold. Hands on the blocks, between your hands, on your big toes. And breathing. Now halfway look up. Put your left hand under your face and reach around for your low back. Palm down. And roll your right shoulder to the right and up, open. Raise that right hand if you'd like. And breathe. And then lower, switch, right hand, left hand to the low back, rolling open through the chest, raising that left hand high. You can look up or down depending on how your neck's feeling. And then lower, and we're gonna hands to our waist, a little bend in the knees, come up, and then shift the heels in. And we're gonna come down into a goddess pose here. Just, you can sway side to side, I'm gonna stay static. And breathe. And then straighten the legs. Turn the toes back to the front. Come on down to plank. And then lower all the way to the earth. And then we're going to prepare for some locust here. So go ahead and bring your elbows under your shoulders, forearms pressing down. Draw, pull a little more length into your spine and pick one leg up, reach it back further, set it down. Pick the other leg up, reach it back further, set it down. And take a deep breath in and out. And go ahead and lower now that we have a little more length in our spine. And clasp the hands behind the low back. Check your shoulders, roll them up and onto your back, and then pull, lift your chest, your toes, breathe. And then lower, and take a breath in, and out. Now we're going to have our back of hands down along beside our waist and palms face up and shoulders roll onto our backs and lift. Inhale. Really reaching the fingertips and the toes strongly behind us. And then release. Rest your forehead on your hands for a minute and take a deep belly breath. Feel it expand into the earth as you inhale. And exhale. Taking another deep belly breath. And out. And go ahead and bring your hands on your shoulders. Press onto all fours. And then we're going to lift the knees, shift the hips back and up. Downward dog. And inhale, right leg to the sky. Step it through between your hands. Pivot the toes to the long edge of the mat once more. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, fold. Releasing the neck, jaw. And then inhale, halfway look up. And then we're gonna turn the heels in, come on up, and squat down into goddess pose. Bring your hands to your thighs, fingers pointed down, and then twist one shoulder down, round through center, and twist the other shoulder down. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And then straighten the legs. Point the toes to the long edge of the mat. And then a little bend in the knees. Hands behind the low back. And we're going to come forward once more. And if you'd like to bring the wrist all the way over for a little shoulder stretch, feel free, or just do the first variation. And then release. And you'll halfway look up. Shift back to the front of your mat. Into plank. Core engaged, elbows in, shoulders up, lower with control all the way down. And come into a Sphinx once more. Pulling length into your spine. Pausing here. And we're going to do half frog, so just draw one knee up so that we're creating about a 90. This thigh bone's coming straight out of my hip, and then cutting down at a 90. Then the foot's flexed. And then I return to the short edge of my mat here and try to find some relaxation and breathing. And then go ahead and draw that back, lay that foot back, and we're going to switch sides. So now draw the other knee up, make your little 90-degree angle and flex the foot, and just try to let your pelvis settle. And then draw that leg back. You're gonna push up. Open your knees as wide as the mat, toes touching, and then draw your hips back towards your heels. And your forehead comes to the earth or on a block to rest. And then just breathe here for several rounds. And then push yourself back to a seated position. And then let your hips fall to the left and draw your right foot around your left knee. And then sit evenly on your sitting bones. Reach your right hand behind you. Inhale, raise that left hand to the sky and hook and twist or grasp. And then you can always have this bottom leg extended out too if having it curled in is painful for your knees. And breathing length. And then exhale slightly. Twist a little deeper. And then turn your head back. The rest of you come undone and we're gonna switch sides. So left foot across, left hand behind you, right hand up, twist, hook, and re-straighten. Or just grasp that knee and sit tall. Looking over your shoulder, the left shoulder. Inhale your head back to center, the rest of you. And then have your feet out a little ways in front of you so it looks like a diamond shape when you look down. 2 fists between your feet. Have the knife edge of your foot pressing down firmly, so much that you can, scoot your hips forward some. So that's just activating your muscles in your legs here. Now we have all that activation. Round, fold forward, and just breathe here. And then come on up just a little. Grab the outside edges of your feet and then prepare to extend them out along the floor in front of you, keeping the knees as bent as you need to maintain this contact with your torso, flexing out the feet strongly. And when you've come forward, you can't get any more length and nice and supported, then go ahead and round and breathe here for several breaths. You can imagine breathing up the spine all the way to the tip of the head and then all the way back down to your tail, and breathing up and down the spine. And then core engage. Inhale, come on up. And we're going to prepare now to lay back down on our backs. And then from here, we're just going to pause in a recline Baddha Konasana for a second. So bring the soles of your feet to touch. And let your knees fall open. And you can take some several breaths here. Or if there's another posture, final posture that calls to you, go ahead and do that now. And then drawing the knees back up. Hug yourself into a little ball. Squeeze all your muscles. Tight, tight, tight. Hold your breath. When you can't hold it any longer, release back out into Shavasana. Feet roll out and the palms turn up. You can take whatever shape calls to you. Maybe it's more restful to have something under the knees or the knees knocked in. Or maybe you prefer just to sit. Please stay where you're at and find your Shavasana shape. And I will sit and hold space for you and guide you out in just a few minutes. Breathe into any places that you feel sensation. And focus on just letting it all go, sinking into the earth. And if you'd like to come out, please wiggle your fingers and your toes. And roll to your right side and take a deep breath in. And then using your hands, push yourself back to the seated position. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you have a lovely day. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. Please reach out with any questions or comments.